Barack Obama was back at the White House this week, recalling a bygone era when many Democrats felt like they had the young, cool, and hip card covered. Obama often seemed as at home with senators as he did with artists, just like he did when he vibed with our next guest, whom he called the voice of New York, Grammy-winning Radio Hall of Famer Angie Martinez. She is that rare interviewer in the game, in the industry, who seems like family, even when she's around music royalty. For example, the backstage hangout session at the Super Bowl with the power combo Snoop, Mary J. Blige, and Jay-Z. Looks like you made it. Thanks for being here, Angie.
I got to tell you, first of all, hi, Ari.
Hi.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. That picture and that moment was as special as it looks.
So, Angie, I don't want to embarrass you, but it is your debut on the beat. We're going to take a look at our power reel of Angie Martinez.
Are you banging on the table? Are you about, Are you about to kick a little freestyle? Are you going to start the show like that? One of my favorite people on the whole entire planet, Mary J. Blige, is in the building today.
I read somewhere that you said that you don't have time to be married and to be in this business.
Be a good husband, and I'm one of the niggas that want to be a good husband, and I want to be a good father.
Are you aware? Are you feeling this energy around you right now?
I'm very humbled by it. I feel very blessed, and yeah, you know, I'm never gonna let it set in. I just want to keep working. To be honest.
Never in a million years would I dream I would be invited to the White House, and during your administration, I was invited, I don't know, 5 times.
Hey.
That's pretty good, Ari.
It's pretty good. So you see people on the come up. A lot of them keep up with you. Why is that? What do you bring to these relationships that you clearly have?
I started in New York radio at the age of 18 in an era where hip hop was kind of, you know, just beginning to come of age. And so, you know, there's a young Mary J. Blige running around the New York streets. There's a young Jay-Z. There's a young, you know, Nas and Wu-Tang. I really started my career at the same time that a lot of these legends did. And with just a deep, sincere love for it, you know. So a lot of our conversations over the years, you know, I've interviewed Jay probably at every phase of his career, and Mary and a lot of those artists, and then some of the newer artists that would come along that would hear those interviews then would look forward to sitting in that seat and having those type of conversations.
Why do you think hip hop has had such a role in political leadership? There are a lot of folks who get information from hip hop and trust it more than the news. I'm speaking from a newsroom, but that's true.
Well, because it's a voice of a whole generation, and multiple generations at this point. I mean, there are people that have been, you know, overlooked, disenfranchised, didn't have a voice for a really long time. And I think hip hop gave a lot of people a voice. And so the leaders of the pack, the ones who really stood up for us passionately and sincerely will always matter to us. I think there are a lot of artists that do that for people that teach people and lead. And I think it will and hip hop is in general as a culture, just, you know, you understand that, Ari, we ride or die for it. Like it is not just because we like a little beat or a melody. It is a culture. We take it seriously. We take the people who lead it seriously.
If I told someone that young people were going to get really into poetry, and they were going to start writing poetry and memorizing it and trading it around, and they were going to have books of poems, and they were going to be doing it in the middle of the street, in the back of the community center. That's something people, a lot of the certain type of right-thinking, self-anointed elites would say, well, that's very good, Ari. And yet it's not seen like that, and it's not treated like that. I would argue even to this day. Why is that?
Well, because people are not as evolved as they should be, and they get stopped in their tracks by, you know, maybe a different dialect or what they deem as a lower class or racism or any of those things that stop you from being open-hearted and open-minded to art and to new ideas and different ways of thinking. You know, all the things that do that to people is the reason why, you know, and racism.
Racism, also. Yeah, often the answer.
We could say all the code wording for that as much as we want, but, you know, it's a big part of why it took so long for us to get here.
Let's do a little bit of music, lightning round stuff before I lose you.
Okay.
Not to put you on the spot.
Of course you're putting me on the spot.
Your favorite political artist, voice, or song?
Oh, gosh. Okay. I think Pac is the easy answer.
The most underappreciated woman in hip-hop?
I think there's a lot of women behind the scenes. There's so many women creators, from stylists, from people like Misa Hilton or June Ambrose, who are responsible for creating the fashion and the look. There's artist management. There's women like Sylvia Rohn who, you know, put so many female artists out there. If we're talking about underappreciated, it's the women in business in hip hop where there are so many of them. Shaka Pilgrim, Dream Hampton, just all types of women who have been in this business for so many decades, who have supported artists. And so do a little Google search, guys. Learn about a new woman that you didn't even know how much she did for the culture.
Did Jay-Z not say, type it in, Google's your friend, bro?
Yeah, it can. Sometimes it's not all the way right.
Drug dealers anonymous. Best advice you ever got?
I saw something on Instagram recently that said procrastination is the arrogance the arrogance to think that you're entitled to God giving you more time.
Ooh, that's good. That's
yeah. That was a bar, and it really was like the arrogance to think you have all this time, to assume. The arrogance to assume I'll do it tomorrow.
My last question to you is the secret to your success in the game.
Ooh. Being somebody that people can trust, and being true, and making sure my intentions are always good, and consistency, I think, and having a genuine love for the culture and for hip hop and for what I do.
Well, that comes through. It's your first time on the beat. I hope it's not the last. Angie Martinez, thank you so much.
I love it.